As you can see, it gets pretty true to my amp. It's just a little 20 watt cheapo orange solid state. Here we go, off. That's my clean tone. Little spank, but you can tweak this thing and all over. Get some more bass in there. Here we go. I'm kind of doing this by hand right now because I ran out of toggles, but I got, let's see, this is kind of the middle ground as far as this voicing goes. Come on, in you go. Alright. So it's got a nice little mid hump there, and then we can, not mid hump, but low end roll off. We can get the mid hump if we take some highs with it. And you just turn up the volume. And so what I did was I took some treble off, and I took some bass off, and I'm left with this hump. And then I bring up the overall volume, and it puts me right back in the middle. And you can hear how it's starting to push those harmonics that want to give you that feedback, which is nice and musical. So we can now push it. So this is a 2-knob gain. We can push this boost here before any of the tailoring that we've done to the EQ. And if you get it just right, it'll really just starts to sing. So I'll put some bass on. So that's with more bass. wants to sustain out, and it's really nice. And the notes themselves get some really nice sustain in there. This is a really simple pedal. This is gonna be there's a bit of a story to it. Someone actually asked me to make them a pedal, like a one-off, and I had this big design going that I was gonna push through in December, and I don't know what it was, but this one just came out like nothing. It's not really derivative either. So this uses an LBP one, which not an LBP one. It uses a portion of that circuit. I incorporate that into my stuff a lot. If you talk about like a treble booster, Brian May, Roy Gallagher, that is pretty much what an LBP one is, except they've taken the frequency that you are exciting, so I would put it, and instead of making it the full band, they make it this upper mid register, and that hits your amps right in the turn that off. It hits your amp right in the button, just to make it just pop and do wonderful things. That's how they get that overdrivey. Queen, you hear all these harmonics and like this richness, you hear all this feedback and stuff. That's a treble booster just doing its thing. So the LBP1, it's a boost, but what I've done is I've kind of made it to where you can change it based off of what your settings are. The front end of this is, good luck trying to find what it's from. I made it by ear completely. I see some Tonebender MK15 in there, and I see some Fuzzface, not so much in there, but it is a 2 transistor drive / fuzz. I call it a drive because I'm not using it as a fuzz. It gets fuzzy, but it sounds much more like an overdrive the way I have it set up. I went through component by component, and I nailed down these values. I had it down to a decimal point in the ohms as far as what I ended up choosing. Even the caps I went through, and because my caps aren't all spot on, I went through and exchanged out the same value caps, seeing how much it really didn't do much, but I did find I ended up settling on some stuff versus the other, especially when I got into the really low values, getting like 3.3 and 4.7 nano, or sorry, not nano, but oh wait, I'm sorry, I stayed up till 3 last night. Yes, nano. Anyway, this is a 3 transistor pedal. It's 2 gain stages, 2 transistors in the first part. It's an NPN 2N2222 all across the board. What else is there about it? It's 2 knobs and 2 3-position toggles. So everything that you can get out of this pedal, you can get it with that setup. I didn't need more knobs. I chose the toggles because everything in between is basically, you're gonna have the knob set a certain way, and you're gonna want to adjust the toggles based off of how you have the knobs, how you use it. If you're goosing the thing, hint hint, we'll talk about that later. If you're goosing this thing, and you got that gain really pushing the boost portion, you're gonna have the toggle set in one way versus the other. Likewise, if you're using the boost and you've got the gain low, you're gonna have the toggles a different way. I wanted this set up so you can just have the frequency spectrum wide open, get your knobs how you like them, then fudge with the toggles, and it puts you right there. And it's two three-way toggles. So you're not talking about the ultimate number of combinations. I love this thing, by the way. But we're talking 5 knobs on the outside, 3 knobs on the inside. You got to spend, I mean, at least an hour messing with this thing before you think it sounds just right. It gets there. But this guy right here, he's going to be nice and simple, user friendly. I mean, and I went through just scores of different methods trying to get this thing nailed down, get the volume down. As far as sound, it's on right now. I got my guitar volume down. It's not loud, and I got the gain at more than 75%. And if I turn my knob up, you're gonna hear my pickups, and that's not that loud. With the gain 75%, I'm really satisfied with that. This is going to be my first production run. These are going to be available for whoever would like to have at them. Hit me up, do what you do. I got a couple people signed up without even knowing what they were gonna be. They just said, I want what you're gonna make. I really appreciate that, by the way. Thank you. Lets me kind of be able to do this, and I have never been happier just throwing myself at something and just steeping, immersing myself in any kind of work than doing something like this. This is awesome, and people coming to me, encouraging me, or purchasing from me, really, it's all thanks to you. So thank you. I'm really excited about getting this out once again. So stay tuned. This is happening.